not very much in favor of the counting of points.
Does it work for you? No.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite figure skating podcast, The Run Through, where we talk about all the things that made us kiss, make us kiss, made us kiss, make us cry, and make us talk about day 2 of the team event, which I do have to say I'm excited to hear about.
You were a bit busy during the
not
team event.
Yeah, I'll introduce myself and then explain why I said that. I'm not Olympic champion Sarah Hughes. Ashley Wagner and Adam Rippon are also here, and they know more about what happened in the figure skating today than I do. I was a little bit busy. Just so everybody knows, Ashley and I are working on the same show in the Milan of the United States, Stamford, Connecticut.
Gorgeous this time of year.
Yeah, it really
absolutely.
is. It's -10 outside right now, Adam.
Awful. It's so windy and awful.
Wait, I took
What?
a walk. So I took a walk by the door, and there's like a fair share of LA people here. And so I took a walk by the door, and I hear someone going, "Ugh, it's so cold outside." And I'm like, LA, must be LA. I walk outside. I go, "What the fuck is this?" And I immediately hold my phone up and I go, "Hey Siri, how cold is it?" And she gave me a degree, and I'm like, No. How cold is it with wind chill?
Yeah, it got very, very windy today. And where we're staying in Connecticut is like kind of on the sound, like on the water. And so the wind is extra strong over here. And it's
nice.
freezing.
It's a freezing.
Okay.
It's a freezing.
Okay. I love
And
how Italians
we could
say
have gone to the Winter Olympics to escape winter.
We could have gone to any singular location there and escaped this.
Yeah, I know.
So Sarah,
Adam, how was your day 2?
Oh, my day 2 was great. I filmed a segment today that was all about the fashion in Milan, and nothing says fashion like a Ralph Lauren NBC company jacket. And
that's true.
I got to interview people on the street, and then I got to act, and this is what I do best. I want everyone to know that, like a clown on the streets.
It
of
really
Milan.
is your strong suit.
It is.
And
It's
I
my
mean, this
strong
is high
suit.
praise. You are so good at being the clown.
Yeah. Laugh,
funny.
clown, cry, clown.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Yeah, my day 2 was good, and I made it over to the figure skating arena for the very first time.
Yeah. Oh,
I did. Oh, somebody texted.
text
It was Michelle Ellis.
message.
Sorry, it was Michelle. I'm allowed to take text from Michelle
You are.
during the show because she's
You
an
are.
honorary co-host.
Now,
Shout
Sarah,
out to
what?
Michelle. I texted her mid-show, but I knew that she wasn't on air, so I felt okay doing this. But I had a research question, and she got back faster than this internet at the hotel. That's for sure.
She's on
just
it.
the best. She knows everything. She's a encyclopedia of figure skating knowledge.
No, she really is. Now, Sarah, what is your can you explain your job to everybody?
I can try.
Of why you didn't
yes.
watch the team event. You have to explain yourself because it's not right. As somebody who didn't watch most of the skating yesterday but still had an opinion on it, me.
Right. Based on the jump
Vibes.
sheets.
It's your vibe.
It's your vibe.
It's your vibe. It's your vibe. And my vibe is so Ashley and I are working on the same show. It's called Gold Zone. It goes from about 8 a.m. to about 5 p.m. every day on Peacock and NBCSN for those tracking at home. And it is basically it's inspired by NFL Red Zone. It's essentially a whip around show where we jump around to whatever is live all day long. And so I sit in the control room and look at, 20 different feeds of everything that we have coming in and try to keep up with everything that's happening live, and try to move around to make sure we don't miss, like, oh, the Americans are coming up in ski jump, so we have to get off of the snowboard big air right now. We need to go to the ski jump because an American's about to go. And then we have to like make sure, oh, well, Ilia Malinin is going to skate in like 37 minutes or whatever. So we're kind of in the back of our mind thinking we want to make sure we like get to him. And like, then we're like, oh, let's go to like 4 boxes because there's 4 different curling matches going on at one time. We could show all of it. But then, you don't always know, like if the announce team is calling everything that's happening on your screen, so you're trying to listen to their audio to make sure that you don't like catch like dead air where nothing's being said to the audience. And so then studio hosts that include Ashley, who are kind of traffic cops who help the audience understand like where we're going and why and what's coming up and everything. And so I'm telling them where we're going and what we're doing and kind of instructing the control room as to like what we're doing and what the plan is and what we're doing next. And so basically all of that to say, the figure skating team event was on all day in front of me, but we were not taking it full screen all the time because there were other things going on that we, were more of a priority for the audience at different times. So some of the figure skating programs we aired fully and I got to see those a bit, but some of them we didn't air at all. And so, and obviously people watching figure skating can just be on the figure skating feed. They don't need to watch Gold Zone. But to jump around. So we just we didn't show everybody. And even when we're showing somebody, it's hard for me to actually be watching because I need to be thinking about where we're going to go next and telling everyone where we're going to go next so that everybody's ready for when the figure skating program we're on ends, for instance.
Yeah.
So
Right.
the person I feel like I was able to watch the closest today was, of course, my son, Yuma Kagiyama, who I think would be a great starting place for us. Adam, did you go to the figure skating today?
Yes, I saw it all.
Tell me, Yuma Kagiyama won the men's short program in the team event over Ilia Malinin. They both stood up. Ilia had some tightness on some jumps. He got an under rotation call. Yuma was glorious.
Couldn't
a delight.
have been better.
Masterclass. That was the best short program I've ever seen from him. Even though that's not his personal best, like I don't give a fuck. That was the best I've ever seen him.
Well, and it's the moment, right? I feel like that contributes to it being the best you ever see from someone is did they rise to the occasion of something? And this is so like,
did he ever?
This is huge pressure. Like Japan is right there chasing the US in the team event standings and to beat Ilia in this segment, I think we all think that in the individual event, if this happened, Ilia has so much advantage in the free skate that it wouldn't ultimately matter. But in this, it matters so much to get that extra point on the US. Like that was amazing.
He's a hero.
Like
he's a
hero. Completely.
Yeah, he's a hero.
Adam, tell us about it in real life. I need to hear.
In real life, it was just like watching something that he just couldn't put a foot wrong. And you could just feel it. Like, it's just one of those skates where you could just feel from the moment he started and his little stupid fucking smirk showed up on the Jumbotron and you're like, this kid is in it. Yeah. And he was cheesing it the entire time. He was getting everybody like riled up in the crowd. I've never seen him perform like this. I've seen him do these elements individually like this, but all together, it was like the perfect package. It was a perfect short program. And even if Ilia skated clean, it would have been incredibly close. It would have been incredibly close.
I think even if he skated completely clean, Yuma was better, would have been better. Like
Yuma
he was so
the best of the night. And that's me thinking about Ilia skating perfect for him. Like that was, I mean, Adam, you and I FaceTimed right before this and we were talking about him and it's just like, no, that was perfection. That was actual perfection. Every single element was, I can't see him completing it any better. And then you looked up his, not jump sheet, his
protocol.
His protocol, thank you. His protocol, and the lowest grade of execution that he got was a +1
Amazing.
on a
Right.
spin.
Yeah, on the change
Which is
camel
crazy.
spin, which
Which is
everyone
crazy.
else gave him +3s and 4s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So,
it was a dropped.
yeah, the one got thrown out anyway. Yeah.
I had
Uh,
non-skating friends texting me about his performance. And I don't talk to my non-skating friends about skating all that much. And so for them to be like, oh my God, I'm obsessed
Yeah.
with this guy. He's so cute. Like the way he's skating is
Yes.
really like that means something. He
Mhm.
charmed the nation.
yeah, I
Charmed the
mean,
nation.
and you know what? I would even say that this result is really good for it's not this does like put a wrench in Team USA's plans to
Mhm.
get a gold medal. So it's not like a runaway. There and in fact Japan is hot on their heels. But I think
Yep.
this is good for both Yuma and Ilia because I'm assuming, and this is based on no intel, that Yuma might not do the free skate. And
Mm.
Yuma's
uh,
not doing the free skate. It's out. It's
okay,
Shun Sato is doing
So
it.
this
Ilia
is-
is
that
doing
also
it.
makes sense. All of
Ilia
that
Ilia
makes sense
is
to
doing
me.
it.
yes.
Yep.
Good.
And that is the right call because
Completely.
it is
Mhm.
just that is the right call. But I think this is good for the both of them because I think Yuma, this is like he punched in, punched out, did that great skate. He beat Ilia, and then he's going to start the individual event. Like, what momentum to have for yourself. And especially being on the NBC side of things, there's just been so much thrown at Ilia
Yep.
that, I mean, doing so many segments while he's here, so many things that just are not normal at a normal figure skating competition, and
Mhm.
so much attention. He's in every fucking advertisement. He's in everything. And I think that
Mhm.
like in the 6-minute warm-up, he looked solid as a rock. And I think that when he went
Mhm.
out there, you could see that like he was like a bit tight throughout.
Yep.
Not just like wasn't figuring out his body totally, and he made it to the end and he figured it out, and it was like he did enough to get his job done.
It was
But I
kind of like what you said you observed in Alyssa in the
exactly.
short program where he
Yes.
just kind of was a little like and he just had to figure it out every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and it was but I think that this is like the real like smackdown to reality that he needs, where it's like, okay, no, like take a deep breath. We really got to lock in. Like this is not
Mhm.
a free for all. This is not like Jim Jamboree. This is the Olympic Games. He looks very ready. He looks very good. And I think this
Yeah.
team event and especially this short program, I think that this is really good for him because it's just like that, like it feels like the reality check of like, okay, no, like everybody is showing up to play.
Mhm. Mhm. I'm glad that this happened the way that it did. For the sake of just him kind of getting grounded, getting pulled back down into this event. And that's not me saying he has a big head. It's more just when you're going into an event and every single interview you have, every news outlet, every person is saying like Ilia Malinin, Olympic gold, Olympic gold, Olympic gold. I just think it's good to be like, oh wait, no, I have to get my job done still.
Yeah, because you
And,
can, I think,
Sarah brought up a good point. Like, if this was the individual event, or maybe it was Adam, but if this was the individual event, like, we still wouldn't be worried. He would still be
And
making up the points.
I'm still and I'm
Not
still
worried.
Not worried.
not. I think I also
No.
I stand by what I just said, which is that I don't know that Yuma was beatable today by Ilia. I really don't. Like unless Ilia had thrown in like the quad axle,
Mhm.
which might have been like which we thought maybe he would do, but I think without it, like Yuma just like you said could not put a foot wrong and their technical content is not spaced far enough apart in the short program to make up for, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Yuma's just
Yeah.
like, he's gonna have a little bit better PCS when he skates cleanly, and especially with Ilia doesn't. But I think even if both of them are clean, I think you're gonna see you're going to see Yuma outscore him in the PCS, and he did today. And I just think that might have happened regardless. I mean, it would have been close. It would have been
Yeah.
close either way.
It would have been close because as
But like he beat him
Ilia,
by 10 points, just to be clear. Like,
No,
you know what
I
I mean?
know.
It was not.
I mean, yeah.
So I'm not worried about Ilia at all, and I don't even think of it even as
No.
like a reality check, because I think Ilia approaches the short program as like the one he can afford to be a little off in, because
Mhm.
that's always sort of been
Mhm.
the case. He lost the short program at the Grand Prix final too. Like this
Right.
is the way it
It
goes. Like,
happens.
and so I
Yeah,
think if
he's been here
anything, it's
before.
it's maybe a reality check on all of us who are like, oh yeah, Ilya's gonna win the men's short program in the team event. I don't know why
Yeah.
I was thinking that was a foregone conclusion. Obviously, it wasn't, and he skated well, and Yuma skated better, and that's that. So
In so many ways, I feel like the two are kind of, I mean, yeah, they're going head to head in this competition, but I feel like these two stories are completely unrelated. Like for Yuma, I'm like, God, I'm so happy he had that Olympic moment. That's so huge for him. And then for Ilya, I'm like, yeah, I'm not even worried about that. Like, it doesn't
Yeah, and it was
phase me
still
at
like
all.
it was still
It's
good.
still like,
yeah,
And,
and it
cool, it's still
shouldn't.
competitive.
Yeah, it shouldn't phase him
It's
either.
not like he was
yeah,
bad.
exactly.
He wasn't
No.
bad by any
He was
means. Like,
Good.
we're
Also,
spoiled.
He was
We're
good.
sitting here
Yuma
being like,
was
he's
just
in
perfect.
second. Like, we have to talk about this like it's big news because he's in second, because that's how spoiled we are with Ilya.
well, it's
Yeah.
the 10 points. That's
That's
like
what it is.
What's
that's what it
shocking.
is.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think it just like, I don't know. I'm happy that he is doing the free skate. I think that's the best move strategically for the US. And B, I think Ilya probably is not thrilled that he got second, regardless of whether he's worried about the skating. He's probably not thrilled about that. So I think I'll be glad to see him kind of reset, do the free skate.
Yeah.
Me too. And I think that he's going to be glad to do it too.
Mhm.
Hello, Steven Gogolev. Just
Wow. When Canada needed him to show up, he showed out. That was
not Canada.
fabulous.
Maddie Skeezes.
That's right.
That's true. That's true.
When Maddie
That's right.
Skeezes needed
Amen
something
to
done.
She said, "Get Steven on it." I
Call
mean,
Steve.
I was watching him, and I was watching him like, okay.
I mean,
Like, that
you
was
guys
great.
you guys have to tell me, obviously, but the top 5 men all being above an 87, like pretty good event, you know? I
No, it
mean,
makes
not
me
that they all were
scared, Sarah.
perfect,
I'm
but
worried. I'm worried that they got the good juju out now, because it was actually
No,
like
it's
a
your
really
vibe.
solid.
It's your
it's
vibe.
your vibe. It's your vibe,
was-
Ashley. Don't worry.
It was a really like solid event.
They're really solid. That's the right word.
Steven was great, and then Kevin came out, and I was like, "Let's go, let's see."
Yeah.
Judas is back.
Judas
Yeah,
is back. Wait,
Here, I
Judas is
was
back?
not up to. Yes, I wasn't up to date on this. I didn't
s-
realize, because you guys told me that Judas had left, and then I'm
He
watching
did.
this, and Judas
It
is
did.
back.
Judas left.
did
I read a
leave.
rumor that he might bring it back, but
Glad
I
he
was
did.
not able to hear it today. So, okay, Judas is back.
The only thing that
Okay.
he did differently
Okay.
that I hadn't noticed was he used to do the like with like the booty pump. That was gone.
Well, he had to class
It's
it
not
up.
worldly enough.
But I really want to talk about the free dance for a second. There's something
Yeah.
I have to talk about.
This
You-
that
I
you
saw
texted
a
the
little bit
group.
more of, but I want to know
I said
exactly what you're.
I
gonna say.
have some things that I need to say.
I'm
And
ready.
I'm saving them for
I'm
the
gonna
podcast.
take a sip of my wine as I wait for this.
Okay.
Oh my god, my wine is so far away, but I'm joining you.
Okay. It's about Madison Chock and Evan Bates.
Adam and I started to have this conversation, and we shut it down.
Yes, I'm
Okay,
gonna
go for it.
say that sitting in the arena, being in Italy, being in Milan Cortina 2026, tonight was the very first night that I think that this free dance is like nice, cool, but it was always, to me, like painted black, like
Like, we
You-
couldn't have gotten more creative here.
yes,
of a
like
vibe?
I just was thinking like maybe something, I don't know, like, okay, whatever you want, guys. And tonight, I, for the very first time, I saw the vision. It
Okay.
was, and I have to tell you, in the arena, this is what I think Charlene and Marco thought that they were doing, but they like out Italianed them. The moment that Maddie opened her skirt, the entire audience went, they gasped.
Really?
They
It's
gasped.
because the red is back.
And
Yeah.
it's like I always think that like when the costumes complement the arena, you can just feel like there's like this energy about it where it's just like everything is in the right place at the right
Right. They were
time.
like Italian.
And
Right.
it was from the moment she opened that skirt up, and then I was like, okay, let me see. And I felt personally that they were skating quite fast. And it was this sometimes reserved style of performance that they give it with. I felt like I just kind of felt on the edge of my seat for the very first time with this free dance, and it just worked.
Mm.
And it was so impactful in the arena. And I took the subway home. And when I was taking the subway home, almost like, I'd be by somebody and I'd hear them humming Painted Black. And then I'd be like a few like people over and I'd hear them humming Painted Black. And I'm like, this was the vision. And for some reason, this like Matador theme really connected with like this building and this audience. And it was so Olympic. It was
Wow.
so Olympic.
That's cool to hear.
I did kind of feel that, and obviously we weren't there, but we did show it on our show. Ashley was in the show as an analyst at the moment when we were doing this, so Ashley and I sort of watched it together. I
We
did
did.
feel like it was more of a moment than I've seen it be.
Yeah. I mentioned this to Adam earlier. I just feel like as soon as you get contrast on the skirt, I'm glad that there's contrast. Don't get me wrong. I think it looks really cool. And I love what you're saying, Adam, about like when you match the arena. I think there's magic there. I really do. I think it's so special. It feels like kismet. But I feel like the red makes the skirt look heavier because you see more of the movement. And so then as soon as, to me, something looks heavier, it looks slower. And so that was my main takeaway.
After watching Glitter and Gold and now thinking about it for 1 second, I know exactly why you're thinking what you're thinking.
Tell me.
If you remember in Glitter and Gold, they were talking about how they were changing the skirt a little bit.
Yeah.
And they did not line it. And so it was only one panel. And obviously, if there's red underneath the black,
there's two
now
panels.
There's two panels. So if
it is
looks heavier, it is heavier.
Yeah. That was my only thing, is just I felt like it looked a little bit slower. That being said, the way that they were performing and like even just that ending pose, I mean, like Maddie's fucking mug is worth $1 million.
Always.
Always.
And
Always.
forever.
Yeah,
Alyssa Edwards.
They look
the mug that launched
insane.
1,000 ships.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, but the skating on top of that, I mean, I feel like they just look like champions. They're skating like champions.
Yeah, I think it's always like there's always something about a presence, right? There's always something about a presence. And especially in this free dance where there was not a Guillaume and Laurence in it. There was not a Piper and Paul. Like the Italians were there, but I think like other than that, there was not like veteran teams as much in this. And so that made Maddie and Evan's presence stand out even more, I think. So
yeah. Wait, can we talk about, I just want to like, obviously we're going to get there, but the Canadians, Lajoie and Lagha.
I was literally program, that's where I was gonna go.
This White Crow program is just, she's bleeding she bleeds for her craft. kidding me?
I mean,
I
like,
I love
mean,
that.
also just like, what are we doing with the scores?
No, I think it's
What are we
stupid
doing
because
with the
I think they're
scores?
like
Like,
one of the best teams in the world, and they're
they are. They
sitting in the
are.
middle.
This shit pisses me
Why?
off, and it has for this entire quad. And as Piper and Paul's newest, biggest fan,
Right.
I
As you
do
say every
still.
episode.
I
You
am
mean it.
gonna say it every episode because I
'Cause you
want.
mean
I
it.
think I do mean it, but I also do think that Lajoie Lagha have been so mistreated because they're in a country where another good team is and have been so like
Mhm.
underscored for so many years, and it just pains me to watch it because they
Agreed.
are excellent, and this material, to Ashley's point, is excellent, and I just don't know where you're finding like I mean their
Holes?
technical score was like 8 points lower than Maddie and Evans. For where? For what? Like, what are we
Mhm.
talking about? You know what I
For
mean? And I
where?
know
For
It's
what?
so
for where
confusing.
and for what. For where?
Who, what, when,
For
where,
why.
why.
So
For sure.
I'm glad that they got the opportunity to skate the free dance. I loved being able to see them this program already earlier on Olympic ice. Did you, Adam, any takeaways from the Italians in the building tonight between Daniel Grossel and Guignard Fabry?
I mean, obviously there's like this big Italian, like, yay, that's the home.
Mhm.
Yay, that's the home. And they all scream that,
Yeah,
right?
they
They
go,
s-
okay, that's the
And then they
Okay.
home.
go, it's your vibe.
Okay, it's your vibe.
But like an Olympic audience is so international and
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
obviously local as well, but it's mostly international
Mhm.
that I I mean the biggest applause of the night was when Ilia came out onto the ice. Like
Mm,
that was the
interesting.
You could
biggest
hear it. You could absolutely hear that. It was
Oh
crazy.
yeah, it was like building shaking. Like
Yeah.
Mm.
he was and Maddie and Evan as well. When Maddie and Evan came
Wow.
out, like it was like these like the
They're
two
like
Americans
gladiators. That's so cool.
and obviously there was just like a lot of excitement around Charlene and Marco's skate. Nobody
Mhm.
was more excited than Barbara Fusarpoli.
I
Of
was trying to
course.
explain that who Barbara was to one of my co-hosts, and
And what
I
did you
I
say?
think I said that's Barbara Fusarpoli. That's it.
He said thank you.
Yeah. And you should know who that is. And it's
Mhm.
crazy that you don't already.
Look
She's a
her up.
household name.
Yeah, she is
Okay.
a staple in this economy.
So as we look ahead, we have the
Yeah,
three
let's.
free skates tomorrow.
Oh my
Um,
god,
Yes.
that's crazy. But
I
only
think
15 skates.
only
So
15 skates.
should we do a little math?
Yeah. Does somebody have their phone?
You
So the
can.
out?
math. So this is what like my assumption of the math is. My
Mhm.
assumption is let's assume that we're getting clean skates.
Yes.
Right?
Assume.
Let's assume we're getting clean skates. I believe what we will see or should see if we get clean skates from everybody is Japan will win the pairs free skate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think it's very plausible that Ellie and Danny get fifth again.
Agreed. Yeah. I could see it happening.
Even clean, if everybody's clean. Now that
Just
could
on-
change if somebody else has it.
Right.
Pairs is volatile. We know that. But I think the US should strategically assume that Ellie and Danny are fifth and Japan is first.
Mm-hmm.
So that where that shakes them out is that going into the women's free and the men's free, the US will have a 1 point lead.
Yep.
And so you have Ilia, who I do think we all assume will win the men's free skate.
Yes.
And I think it's okay to assume that Shun Sato is second in the free skate. Like he's
I agree.
consistent. So then you have 2 points to play with, quote unquote, for the women. And so I think, I don't know, what do you guys think? But I keep coming back to this. Like, I think it all comes down to Kaori Sakamoto and Amber Glenn.
1,000%. I think everything
Yes.
else is not that it's pre-decided, but it's pretty obvious what's going to happen. And so, in order for them to be competitive and have a shot, Kaori Sakamoto has to win. And we have wiggle room with Amber Glenn. The U.S. is in a good spot right now.
Yeah, but I mean,
But she can't be like fourth. She
No,
can't
but
be.
she can't.
we still have some wiggle room. I feel like for where she's at and the women that she's up against, like she has wiggle room.
Yeah, she assuming it all goes the way I just said.
Yeah.
You never know what will happen in the pairs and the men. Like if Ilia doesn't win the men's event, like that's a totally different equation. If, the Japanese have a tough program in pairs, that's a totally different equation. If let's say like Canada and Italy have bad pairs programs and Ellie and Danny end up in like third, that's a totally different equation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I do feel like the women are the biggest variable here for
I
how it
think-
shakes out between Japan and USA.
I mean, I think that we're gonna know like how it will kind of all shake out by the time we get to the men's free skate, which is the last free skate of the team event. But you've
Mhm.
got to imagine that, like, if we did that math so quickly and so effortlessly, by the way,
Yeah. Thank you,
congratulations,
Sarah Hughes,
the
for
run
your
through.
effort.
Thank
Uh,
you.
That you have to imagine that Amber Glenn also knows that, and that's a lot of pressure.
I'm
There's a
hoping that
lot of
she's
pressure
not.
on her for sure.
I'm hoping that they're just not telling her the standings.
Mhm. Stop
know,
doing
like, I
math.
She's
hope
up
that
to
all of-
date on the status of the Minions music rights. Like she's up to
Yeah,
date on.
Yeah,
be
she's doing
online.
math.
She's
You
doing.
can't-
She's unfortunately doing math.
We do get to see Jaws on Olympic ice tomorrow.
Finally,
We
about
are a
time.
blessed nation and
Yeah,
world.
We are
So-
blessed. We are
Mhm.
blessed.
are.
Wow. What a
What a
I'm
day
sorry,
two.
guys.
what a day two.
What a day two.
I'm really also, I know we've spent a ton of time on Japan versus the US, but the standings between Italy and Canada and even Georgia are close.
I
Yeah.
mean,
for
this is
bronze.
I know. It is
The
it's-
bronze is the most exciting.
Italy
race,
is
I
ahead
think.
of Canada. Italy is in third. Canada's in fourth behind Italy by 2 points. And
Mhm.
Georgia's in fifth, and they are behind Italy by 5 points. So all three of these teams are within 5 points of each other. Like there's a lot of things that can happen with 3 programs to shake up
It's
5
true.
points.
It's
Anything could
amazing.
happen.
It
Who do you
really is
guys
amazing.
give me your podium?
I'm gonna go USA, Japan, Italy. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go Italy. I think they're gonna
Me
pull
too.
it
I think
off.
so. I think
That's what
that's
I
the
think.
podium.
I think that. I mean, the Italians have looked. I mean, Conti and Machi, they were the big question mark to me, and their short program was so impressive. And Lara,
Yeah,
I
knock
think,
on
will
wood.
be solid. And Matteo Rizzo, I think, will be solid. I just don't think we have like a disaster in our. Oh God willing.
Right.
I don't want anyone to have a
God,
disaster.
Sarah,
but
what
I
are
do
you
think Italy
talking
is going to
about?
pull this off.
But you know what? Canada, I also just feel like there's some Steven for me really kind of was like, okay.
There's some
Okay.
magic.
Okay.
Okay.
Steven has looked great this all
Yes.
season. Canada,
that's
I'm a
true.
bit
It's not
worried
coming
about
out
the
of nowhere.
pairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well,
I can't wait for day
thank
3.
God they're skating to the mission. That's gonna help them out.
Yeah,
at
you
least in
love
your
that.
eyes.
Yeah.
Well,
Do
that
you
was
guys
day
have
3.
anything you
Day
want to
2.
anything you want to add?
No.
That's the end of day 2.
No, it's 1:30
No.
here.
It's 1:30.
Oh yeah,
I
it
have
is
a 4
1:30 in
a.m.
the
call
morning where
time.
Adam is.
We're all going to bed.
Mhm.
Sarah and I have takeout. We've got Thai food on the way.
Yeah, we've got work to do. We got work
Yeah,
to do.
Work.
So
We do have work to do. We have work.
If you haven't heard it and you're listening to these daily episodes, our ice dance preview is out for the ice dance event. Maybe by the time you listen to this, the men's preview will be out for the men's event because that's coming out on Sunday. So listen to those to get yourselves ready for the other events and keep tuning into the reactions if you're enjoying them. And feel free to stop by our Patreon if you want to support a few people in need as they
Yeah.
sleep 5 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
As Adam
All right.
sits and it's 1:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm. As I melt into this
Okay.
chair.
It's time for us to eat and go to bed. So,
Yes. Oh, wait. I'm
Um,
doing a segment tomorrow and I'm skating on Olympic ice.
yeah.
I weaseled my way into it.
Wow.
He's a weasel. He's
Yeah,
a what
so-
what are the critters called? The mascots?
Termites. No.
No.
Ferrets.
No, the mascots are called Milo and Tina for
Yeah, but what
Milano
they're an
and Cortina.
animal. They're like
Oh.
snipes or something.
Snoats?
Sneets.
Is that what it's called?
Snoots.
Smotes?
Tomato,
Snite.
tomato, sneep, snite.
But that's what you are. Okay, now take it away. Okay. On that note.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Stay free.
Bye.